Today we are taking things outside. See, to be honest, I'm kind of bored sitting in the studio and talking about smartphones. I want to get out of my comfort zone and shoot more out in the open. I have been meaning to do this since a very long time, and I realized that the only way to do it is actually do it. Stop thinking about it, pick a video and make it outdoors. Luckily, I picked a good one. Today we are comparing two very interesting smartphones, Pixel 9 and the iPhone 16. A couple of weeks back, I compared the iPhone 15 with the Pixel 9, but I honestly feel that this comparison is more interesting because both of these smartphones have been launched in 2024. So latest generations from two of the best companies out there, Apple versus Google. I want to start by talking about in-hand feel. This year Google has made a big move in terms of the design of Pixel 9. It feels more like an iPhone than ever before. Rounded corners, boxy edges, metal frame, glass back panel. It feels very much like an iPhone. And that is a good thing because both of these phones feel very good in the hand. Comfortable and easy to use. Now, as a matter of fact, I'm using the 16 Plus and not the regular 16. Even then, it is a comfortable smartphone. It doesn't feel like I'm holding a brick in my hand. See, setup wise, both of them have a similar setup. A normal wide angle camera, then an ultra wide angle camera. Both skip on a telephoto, which is kind of disappointing because a telephoto would have been great. Maybe Samsung Galaxy S24, like the base S24, does have a telephoto, so kudos to Samsung over there. But anyway, when it comes to the photos, both of these have a very processed HDR look. The exposure in the shadows is taken up and the exposure in the highlights is taken down to have a flat look. But luckily this year in iPhone 16, you can dial it down. There is a new feature called as undertones, which helps you dial down the processed look, basically add more contrast and depth in the shadows, which I particularly appreciate. So when it comes to having control over images, iPhone 16 is better because of undertones. There's also a new feature called as photographic styles, which completely changes the look of an image. You can customize these styles as well and click the photos exactly how you want it. And the best part is that photographic styles can be changed even after clicking a photo. Now, Pixel also has control for exposure, shadow and white balance. You can control these things and click the photo exactly how you want it, but I feel that the implementation of Apple is better with undertones. Now, as far as the differences between images goes, there are two major differences, white balance and color. White balance is kind of off in both of these cameras. You'll have to edit the photo later on to fix white balance, but the iPhone does get close. And even the color processing is a bit different, but that's just a look that you get. There is a particular look that you get with Pixel and a particular look that you get with iPhone. If you ask me personally, I prefer the Pixel look in terms of colors. As far as portrait mode goes, the Pixel by default shoots at 1.5x, which is too zoomed in. I think there should have been an option of 1x, which you do get with the iPhone 16, and both can shoot portraits up to 3x, which look very good. What about video recording though? Well, here there is a clear winner, and that is the iPhone 16. iPhones have been the best for video recording for quite a few years, and that is not changing this year. Pixel does have good video quality, but the overall processing and the overall look is just better with the iPhone. And this year the audio processing is also better. There is a new feature called as audio mix. Basically, you can change the audio processing based on the type of video you're shooting, and this is because by default iPhones will now record in spatial audio. If you want to know about that feature specifically, you can watch my iPhone 16 video, like shot on iPhone 16. I explained that feature extensively in that video. But just to bottom line it, audio processing is definitely better with iPhone 16. There is a new button on the iPhone 16 dedicated for camera called as camera control. But the functionality of this button is great. You can half press it to change various settings, zoom in, zoom out, change the photographic styles. But the position of the button is very uncomfortable. I feel that Apple tried to put that button in a place where it can be used in portrait as well as landscape. And in doing so, it became uncomfortable for both the positions. So functionality is great, but position not so great. So I feel it is not a good enough reason to go for the iPhone 16 over the Pixel 9 just for the camera control. Now in between, I'm going to be switching my cameras. Currently I'm shooting with the 16 Plus, and I'm going to talk about displays of both of these phones. Both have AMOLED displays, get bright enough to use in outdoor sunny conditions, and they feel like high quality panels. But there is a catch. The iPhone 16 in 2024 has a 60Hz display. Now that is super disappointing because a 90,000 rupees phone having a 60Hz display in 2024 is not acceptable at all. And I could notice the difference because I'm coming from an iPhone 15 Pro. 60Hz in 2024 is bad. The next point is performance. Now this is probably the biggest differentiating factor between the Pixel 9 and iPhone 16. iPhone 16 has the new A18 chipset, which is miles ahead of the Tensor G4 in the Pixel 9. See, Google only recently started making their own chipsets, and that's why I feel they are a bit behind as compared to Apple in terms of raw performance. Now Google has done a good job in terms of optimizing the performance for Pixel 9. It does feel very smooth for normal day-to-day applications like scrolling through reels, clicking photos, making UPI payments, maybe some casual gaming here and there. But when it comes to heavy loads like maybe playing BGMI for 3-4 hours, that's where the iPhone 16 is way better as compared to Pixel 9. So performance point definitely goes to the iPhone 16. What about software and AI features? Apple said that this phone is built from the ground up for Apple Intelligence, but it does not ship with Apple Intelligence. It will come later in the year and some features coming even next year. So I think that is a very big mess up on Apple's part that they did not ship Apple Intelligence features with the iPhone 16. I feel that the iPhone 17 is going to be closer to Apple Intelligence features than the iPhone 16 is right now. And on the other hand, Google has shipped AI features with the Pixel 9. You can use AI features out of the box with Pixel 9. I particularly like the Add Me feature. That is incredible. Basically, the person clicking the photo of a group can be added to that photo after clicking the photo. It works really well. So I honestly feel that Apple messed up when it comes to AI features, and they are a bit behind as compared to Google on this part. As far as battery life goes, both of these phones are very similar in terms of battery life. They will last for an entire day, but not 1.5 days. Very normal battery life, nothing to be excited about. These phones also have similar charging speeds and support wireless charging. Now, one good thing is that the Pixel 9 supports reverse wireless charging, which is very convenient to charge earbuds or something like that. But I would like to mention one thing here, that you can get the Plus variant in the iPhone 16. That option is not available with the Pixel 9. So if you want better battery life out of the non-Pro iPhone 16, go for the Plus. But for non-Pro Pixel, there is only one option available. There are a couple of little things that I want to mention which do matter. First up are the speakers. Speakers are better on Pixel 9 as compared to iPhone 16. They have more depth in the sound. Also, call quality on Pixel is not that great. I've had multiple instances where the call would just drop and even issues with data, but those issues are not present on the iPhone 16. And this has been a complaint with Pixel for years over here in India, and they are not solving it. Earlier with Pixel 6 and 7, this issue was big, but right now it's just a small issue, but it is still present, and that's what matters.
I'm on the sound, hoodie season, back around, no more summer bounce, little squeeze.
So what's the final verdict? Which one to go for? iPhone 16 or Pixel 9? See, there are a couple of things over here. First up, if you shoot a lot of videos with your phone, if you want to buy it for content creation, then it's a no-brainer, go for the iPhone 16. Similarly, if you game a lot on your smartphone or do some heavy stuff like video editing, photo editing, then also go for the iPhone 16 because of the better processor. But apart from that, both of these smartphones are very good. I just hope that Google fixes the issues with Tensor and get to the level of Apple. Then it would be an awesome competition to the iPhone. Right now also it is a very good competition. I personally love using a Pixel. That's why I haven't sold it yet and I'm using it as my daily smartphone. But yeah, to recommend it at a price of rupees 80,000 is very difficult because of the Tensor processor. So I think it's pretty clear, for most users out there, iPhone 16 is going to be the better choice.
I'm on the sound, hoodie season, back around, no more summer bounce, little squeeze out, squeeze, keep that indoors when we're throwing down.
So that's been it. This was the comparison between iPhone 16 and Pixel 9. Do let me know what do you feel about this new format of outdoors. If you like it, hate it, if you have any recommendations, let me know about them in the comment section down below. If you like this video, then make sure to hit that like button, and if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel because that would mean the world to me. My name is Harsh Punjabi and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.
I'm on the sound.